Okay, well, that ship has sailed. There was too much chatter and too many people acting like they don't know what they're doing. So, guys, zip it. Okay. I'm losing my mind. Okay. On the actual test, one of the questions I'm going to give you is going to be a word problem. You're going to have to give me a written response along with working steps. Today, we're going to be doing the more complex style questions exclusively. That's all we're doing. Now, you're not going to have to give a written response today, but on one of the problems, I want you to practice a written response. Not yet. For now, let's just make sure we know how to do the problem. This adds a little bit more confusion, but you don't have to worry about it until the very, very end. This is the part that's already out of a radical. We're going to break up our problem into three parts, just like we've been. You have the square root of 75. We have the square root of x to the ninth. This is odd. What do we do with odd?
Divided by 2.
But it's odd.
You subtract one.
Okay, so really odd is one away from an even, so I'm going to write x to the 8 and an x to the 1. That still means we have our x to the 9. Lastly, we have the y squared. And yes, this just stays along here with it on the side. Now, if I was doing this and I wasn't already good at it yet, I would use a lot of space, like I've written right there. So write this down. That's going to be bad. Let's go. They're only quiet because I had to yell at them. It's like that. Okay. Noah and Jakayla in particular.
All she does is talk.
You like to talk to.
Not that much.
Prove it to me.
I have been quiet.
Stop it.
Just because you weren't here, it doesn't count.
Alright, the square root of 75. This part's the easiest part of the whole thing. What do we do with it?
Key to the calculator.
Put it in the calculator.
Type it directly in your calculator. Do that now. You should have your calculator out.
Type in what again?
Let me get my calculation out.
Wait, Mr. Bansal, type in what again?
The thing I'm pointing at. Exactly like it looks. That thing.
Okay, I got it.
What's the answer, guys?
5 square root.
Everyone should have gotten 5 square root 3. I'm just going to bring this part down. I'm just keeping it there so I don't forget about it. Now, this one, the number component, you can plug it directly in your calculator as it is. For that part only. For the even components, the only part you're going to type in is the highlighted pink part. You'll divide those by 2, and that's only if you need to. If you're not good at dividing by 2, then you'll need to type that part in the calculator only. And your answer will include the letter. So, half of 8, x to the 4th, but that is doing the square root of a letter to a raised power. So that answer, that part, this component will not have a radical. This part will, because you can't half 1. All last block, I was watching kids try to put a square root over something they had already taken the square root of. When you're taking the square root of a letter to a power, once you half that exponent, you have done that. It's done. This one is just y to the 1, or y. I want you to do me a favor. I'm going to hit pause on the recording a second. This is all going to make up your answer. I want you to try to write the answer. You've got to put it together correctly. Make a guess and screw it all up. It's fine. That's part of learning. But take that bottom line. All of this is going to give you the answer. Put it together and write your guess at what the answer should be. So I hope everyone made their best attempt at getting an answer. I don't mind. Noah, this is the last. I'm gonna hit pause because I'm gonna dog you out here. All right. So I like it if we make mistakes. It helps us learn. The 2 and the 5. Here's the thing: when you put these things, you have the stuff in front of your radical, and you have the stuff that's going to go under the radical, and those things go together by multiplication. So it's actually 2 times 5, which gives you 10. So we've addressed that part. What else is out of the radical? The x to the 4. Always. What it's understood right here. The y. It is all understood. I'm not going to write. I'll write the dots in, but this is all understood multiplication. All of it. This is actually a single term. Okay. Next up, what goes over the radical is just the 3 and the x. Again, they are being multiplied. You don't have to put those dots down. It's understood.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes.
Wouldn't you add the x4 plus?
Oh, you're right. I left that x out. You are correct. Good catch. X to the 4 and that x makes x to the 5. Because x to the 4 times x to the 1 is multiplied, and you add the exponents. Just like that exponent rule we did. It was a multiplying basis. So it's all understood multiplication. Hey, Jaquel, I'm glad you asked that question. Because I had kids adding and doing other stuff first block. So I knew I was going to have to talk about it. Yeah, that's why I wanted that too there.
You got the x in front of the thing and you multiplied it or added it with the other x?
When they're multiplied, you add the exponents. That's the rule. We did an assignment on that 2 assignments ago.
Oh, that should be chill.
So when we do multiply common bases, you sum the exponents. It was super easy, but we forgot it. We all did it.
Oh yeah, there was another x. Silly me.
All right. Our next example. Casey, Alicia, let's go. All right, here's what Jackson's doing. He's got it organized. He's taking what I'm doing and taking it a step further.
That's too much work.
And he's dividing this up on his paper like so.
Holy smoke.
No, I mean, it's just helping keep it organized. There's a lot of data behind. There's a lot of data behind using graphic organizers to help students learn and keep their material. Keep it organized. If you can keep it organized, it helps build learning. There's a lot of data behind it. It's actually a pretty strong tool. So this one's already simplified. We're already good. We're at the end for that one. I might just circle that so I don't have to keep writing it over and over again, or box it. What do we do with the square root of 4? Nico, that's absolutely disgusting.
on the calculator.
Okay, Caleb, we do it on the calculator, and what do you get? 2. Fantastic. So, Jacayla worked this one out. We got a 2. Is that one complete?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and box that and say, I'm done. Let's go down here. What's the first step with this kind? Who knows it?
Me.
No, you just pooed it.
I can't control that.
Yes, you can.
How?
Right. So basically, we're setting it up doing the odd rule. So I would write the square root of x to the 4 and the square root of x. Okay, so what are we going to do next? Because we're still working on this one. Stop making noise. Do we know or not?
I know.
Who knows? Divide the exponent by 2. So this one, I divide that part by 2 and you get x squared square root x. Are we done?
Yes.
So we finished this part. Noah, try. I am teaching this as good as I can.
Yeah, boy.
Okay,
How did I do all this?
fantastic. That's great.
Check
So-
the husband.
Casey, do you know what to do here? Wow. Okay, go sit up front by Nico.
Oh.
Go sit up front by Nico. Okay, what do I do? It should be under paper anyway, but what do I do? Huh? Subtracted by what? Yeah, so we do the odd rule. So we get the square root of y to the 4 and the square root of y. Okay, what do I do next, Alex?
You divide the exponent by 2.
Which one?
The exponent?
Which one?
4.
Perfect. So we get y squared root y. Yeah, it's been nonstop. It's been nonstop. Nonstop like I'm almost about to,
Did you take your medicine?
I don't know. He's off the chain. He's been kind of bickering with Jakayla the whole morning.
W.
Whoa, what?
Okay. He's not acting his usual self in here. Usually does pretty good. He's struggling today. To the point where he's trying to get in trouble on us.
Didn't pay attention and do your work, so you're not gonna do the assignment.
Okay, so let's look here. He's trying to not do something. Normal number that we're putting it all together. So you've got a normal answer, and some of the things are in radicals. So the x and the y are all we have under the radical in our answer. Numbers wise, we multiply the numbers and we get 12.
For the second time.
Just a 12 for the numbers, just the numbers. X squared and x squared.
6.
What do you mean it's 6 5?
X squared, can we stop? Like, what are you doing? There's our final answer. So the first one, it's already simplified. We just got to remember to keep it with our final answer. This one you plug it directly in your calculator. It will tell you 2 square root 3. And that's the end. We're kind of halfway done. Hunter, what do I do with the x component here?
Subtract.
Elaborate. Give me more. You're right. How do I write that down next?
So you do like a little thing. And
Square root symbol.
then you do the X and then the 5 or the 4. And then beside it, you do another square root thing. And then you do an X. Let me cook.
Fantastic. Okay, so that is the odd rule in effect. What's the understood exponent right there? It's an understood 1. So 4 and 1 make the 5. Okay. What can I do next with this?
You divide the 4 exponent by 2.
You divide the 4 exponent by 2. Very good. So this is now x squared root x, and this is as simplified as we can go. What about the last one?
You do square root y 2, and then square root just y.
That's the odd rule, right? How can I finish simplifying this part? Andrew, Sorry, bad throw.
Airball.
Yeah.
Bad toss.
Just divide the y into the second power by 2.
We'll divide that exponent. And it is y square root y. The understood ones are here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on the final part of this, and this at times can be the trickiest part is how do you get your answer? So start with the number. So I'm going to do this first. Then I'm going to do the x's, alphabetical order. Then I'm going to do the y's. So we'll have 2x squared. It doesn't matter, they're both the same. Y to the third y. Well, what can I put that together? It's 4. Y to the fourth. Is it okay if I go ahead and just do that? I jump to the answer and call it y to the fourth? Okay, so that's a 1 and a 3, which make the 4. Okay, now we're just down to the stuff under the radical. 3x, y. Notice it starts with a number, alphabetical order. Starts with a number, alphabetical order. Any questions about this practice example? The next problem, it's got x, root 54, x to the 7th, y to the 7th. And we'll do that over here. Go ahead. I started doing the problem and I didn't record. All right, what do I do next? Stand up if you have to, just for this part. All right, we tried. Jude, what do I do next? And? Guys, be quiet. It's Jude's turn to speak. Y to the third power. All right, what do I do next with this? Casey. What do I do next with this? Casey. What do I do next with this? Eric.
Oh my god.
What do I do next with this? Audrey. What do I do next with this? Alex. You don't do anything else, it's done. Wow.
Why you didn't pick on me? I knew the answer.
I always pick on you. Okay. So now we just put the answer together. Uh-oh. Your Chromebook. Okay, things outside of the radical. We have a 3. We've got this x and this. What do I do with these two things? A chi.
Yeah, you add.
How?
See, you add the x to x.
And what do I get?
X to the fourth.
Very good. What else goes with this answer? Logan. You guys better be on point because I'm just calling on people. Mr. Birch, what else goes outside of the radical with this problem?
Y3.
Very good. Y to the third power. Is there anything else that goes outside of the radical on this problem? Nico. What? A 6.
Oh, you gotta do the square root and then start off with.
Why? You didn't get called on. I can't call on you all the time. I get called on you twice as much as anybody else. Maddie, what else goes in front of the radical with this problem? You don't know?
Oh my god.
That's because nothing else goes out here in front. We're on the radical part.
Wow.
What goes underneath the radical? George.
It's not George.
Edwin. Sorry. Edwin, what goes inside of the radical? Adendro? Adendro. Right?
Inside.
Yeah, inside. Inside the castle, dentro de casa. Okay, there's a Y and X and a Y. Anything else?
Yes.
Alaska. The 6. All right. Do you guys think you have a clue?
Yes.
I don't know if I believe you, but
Go big or go hold my butt.